Alright, still adjusting camera. We are going live. We're just having some issues with our tripod still. We'll wait for a few people to pop into the chat. Oh, negative space. I'm going to lower the tripod a bit. Droop. Let's see here. Here we go. We got a couple people popping in. Hello, hello. Tonight, I have a bunch of Adam West Batman figures. We're going to unbox them because, quite frankly, I've been sitting on them for a while because I kept thinking, oh, this will be a good thing to do as like a big kind of theme unboxing. And then I kind of had things pop up. Couldn't do live streams for a bit. So, hey. Oh, hey, Crypto Horizon. How's it going? We are doing a lot of Adam West Batman unboxings tonight. I had been sleeping on this line. I had the Catwoman. Oh, dude, you've not been missing a lot of my lives. I've not been able to go live for a little bit. But literally the only figure I have from this line is the... I forget her name, but Julia Catwoman, the first Catwoman. I've gotten every major character they've done. Batman and Robin, these are the gas mask Batman and Robin. I have the version 2s that are coming out on pre-order. I don't have a Joker, I don't have an Egghead, I don't have a Mr. Freeze. Other than that, I have literally every major character they've done, and we're just going to unbox them, because, like I said, I've just been waiting to do a big group unboxing, because it was a good theme. So the first one we got here is Batman in the oxygen mask. Another thing I'll point out is apparently at some point these went from being Batman Classic TV series to Batman 66. Or maybe that's just some, because I'm looking at the boxes. Batgirl and Two-Face have Batman 66. This one is just Classic TV series. Let's see here. Do I have Bizarro Flash? I didn't know they did a figure of Bizarro Flash. I have normal Bizarro, and I used to have a Bat-Zarro, but I've never had a Bizarro Flash. Go ahead and get this open. Oop. Was it like All-Star Superman Bizarro Flash? Because I remember his whole joke is like he's a big fat guy who couldn't stand up. Oh, I didn't know that there were plastic ties. Do I have my scissors in here with me? I don't. Okay, we're just pulling them. There we go. Alright. Can we see your Spider-Man? Sure, we'll look at it a bit after we unbox some guys. What happened to your hair? I actually wound up cutting it. I had a part come along that was calling for short hair, so I cut my hair. But I kind of like it like this. This is a little bit more normal, I guess. So, Crypto Horizon. It's just Flash, but very slow and fat. The fastest he's gone is like 5 miles per hour. Yeah, I remember Bizarro Flash. So, now the mask doesn't come off. Like I said, this was the only Batman I could find. It's oxygen mask Batman. Cool head sculpt, cool sculpt overall, but the mask is not removable, so that's something to be aware of. I was thinking maybe, just maybe, but nope. He comes with this really goofy gun. Doop. So, we can get... I say it's a gun. What would this even be? It'd probably be like a particle decelerator or something cornball like that. Oh, hey, Clock, what's going on? Nothing much. We are unboxing a bunch of Adam West Batman figures that I bought all at once. And LO Wrestling says, and everyone have an LA Knight? Yeah, dude. I love LA Knight. I'm going to hope that because that person has wrestling in their channel name, they're talking about LA Knight and not just saying have a good night in Los Angeles. Oop. But okay, so we got Batman. Might as well open up their partner Robin, which is exactly the same. It's just a normal Robin with an oxygen mask. Do I have John Cena? I do. That whole shelf behind me, right there, is John Cena. Oh, hey, KWC Wrestling, how's it going? And then, have you seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? I did. It is my favorite movie of this year, I think. I have some stuff on wrestling on my channel. Oh, that's cool. So that's LO Wrestling talking. Yeah, there we go. And Hamburger has screamed John Cena. Doop. So, getting the accessories out. It's funny, because for most of these figures, they just come with, like, pow and kapow things you put on their fists so you can, like, do how they did fight scenes in the show. This Batman and Robin actually come with real accessories, which is kind of cool. So, Robin, looking decent. He actually looks kind of terrifying with his mask for some reason. He comes with, I think that's a Bat Radar. That's what would make sense. And then a Batarang. and he can only hold one, because unlike Batman, he has only one usable hand. We'll give him the Bat Radar. That seems to be more kind of thematic. Ooh, they're very tight grip, but we were able to get it on. Okay, so we have our Robin out. We'll stand him next to Batman. When we have everyone unboxed, we'll do like a big shot of all of them together. Doop. So, doop. Stand up, Robin. Let me catch up on some comments. Clock says, I haven't been able to see it, and I wish it was on streaming sites. I'm sure it'll be out before too long. Like, surely, it's going to be out. When you end the live, go check out my newest WWE action figure video. Alright, that's LO Wrestling asking for us to do that. And then, is that Matthew Clapp says, I'm watching videos. Alright then. Someone's asking my favorite figure. My favorite figure of all time, that's tough, but it is my War for Cybertron Soundwave, which I normally have my Soundwave up here with me. Here it is. This, my very first Soundwave, is my favorite figure of all time. And then someone's asking, do I have any SH Figure Arts? I used to have a few, but I wound up selling most of them just because I fell out of love with Dragon Ball, and I don't know, they didn't really mesh with a lot of my other collections, so sold them. But they were cool figures, I liked them. So, we've done Batman and Robin. Fair warning right now, we have 3 Riddlers to open. Oh, hey Flamingo Plants. Thank you, I like it too. My favorite Spider-Man figure. It's probably the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, and that also comes with Spinneret, which is great. And any Star Wars, very few. And in fact, if you look above me, you'll probably see my biggest Star Wars thing. I have a giant TIE Pilot on the top of this bookcase behind me. We have 3 Riddlers, because Riddler is my favorite part of the Adam West Batman show. This is Black and White Riddler, who is unmasked. Seems pretty cool. Tim Savage says, opinion on Jakks Pacific Wrestlers. Amazing for their day, and I think that they still have a roster that Mattel probably can't touch. I think there's a lot of people who will only have Jakks figures. I think that some of them still hold up today, some don't, but I think overall, an incredible line. Can I see it? Sure, here, let me get this Riddler open and then we'll look. Are you called a dork on a daily basis? No, because I'm not 6 years old. I'm called a lot of horrible things, but dork I've kind of grown out of. Least favorite figure. Ooh. Least favorite figure or least favorite Spider-Man? In either case, it's probably the same. Oh! Hey, Super Funky Fresh, how's it going? I'm doing pretty well. We're unboxing Batman figures tonight, and a lot of them. Oh my, where'd the cane go? Oh, never took it out of the plastic. Out of all, so my least favorite figure, I have a Miss Piggy figure that I got with my Palisades figures. I don't like it at all. I have a lot of mine from childhood that still look great to this day. Ah, that's cool. You were like the stars in the night, the tides in the ocean. You are as beautiful as a white rose. Oh, vampire, you are very nice. However, I think you need to get your eyes checked, because I am none of those things. But thank you. Do I have a ghost face? Afraid not. Afraid not. Nice collection, says Hudson Holst. Thank you very much. Here. Ooh, it is very hard to get that cane in the Riddler's hands. There we go. Get it to work. There you go. In Black and White Riddler. Weirdly enough, the show was never in black and white. They did this because a lot of people in the 60s, of course, still had black and white TVs, which is a interesting reason to make these figures, but hey, it makes sense. I can dig with it. But very cool. I like it a lot. Head sculpt to Frank Gorshin. Doesn't look super good, but it's fine. I'm actually from LA, that's why I love LA Knight so much. Ah, that's cool. What figures do you collect the most? Wrestling figures. Those are my favorite things to collect. I want a Ghostface figure so bad, wonder if they make one. They do. Let's see here. I know that NECA made one, and if you like one that's kind of more cartoony, there's the Toony Terrors Ghostface, and they still go for pretty cheap. Do you have a top 5 favorite wrestlers? Oh, that's tough. I don't have any Jason Friday the 13th figures. I don't have any Avatar figures. What would you recommend for me? I want to start a Fig Talk, but it's so expensive. Dude, like, honestly, just whatever you like. And, you know, there's ways to do it. What I do is typically I wait for things to go on sale. That's why I have all these Adam West Batman figures now. But, you know, just be within your means and do what you like to do. Don't, you know, it's very tempting to be like, well, I got to get the newest and the biggest and the baddest because then I'll get a lot of views. And I can tell you right now that some of the best views I have ever gotten in terms of my videos is stuff I really care about that not a lot of people have made videos about, as opposed to making a review for a brand new figure, because there's 100 people that are doing a video about that brand new figure, and that's all going to go up about the same time. Do you have any horror figures? Not really. Now, my top 5 favorite wrestlers. This is tough, but I can give you an approximation. Bret Hart is my favorite. Eddie Guerrero is up there. Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, he's up there. Mr. Perfect, and probably Dusty Rhodes. Those are my 5. Cody Rhodes and Dusty Rhodes are going to be my shared number 5. Now then, we're going to look at some Spider-Man stuff. Doop. And then we're going to come back and unbox some even more Batman figures. Even more of some Batman figures. Wow, I just had some word vomit. So, I keep all my Spider-Man figures kind of all together. So, you have all of the famous, like, other media iterations of Spider-Man. So, like, Japanese Spider-Man, 60s cartoon Spider-Man, 90s cartoon Spider-Man, the 3 live-action movies, the video games, and then Spider-Verse. Down here, I call my Spider-Verse shelf. It's just all my other Spider-Man, basically. The one I like the most is that Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. Came with Spinneret. All my Spidey villains are down here. And then I have some random Avengers down here. So like Cap, a couple of Iron Men, Thor, Hulk, Ant-Man, cool Wonder Man. Those are the Spider-Man figures. I have like some other... Here, there's one more Spider-Man I could show. So, this shelf is falling apart, I'm sorry, but my amazing friends are right over here. So, Firestar, Spider-Man, and Iceman, with all the X-Men and Fantastic Four face down in the dirt for some reason. So, I'm having someone move into my apartment with me, and thus a lot of things are getting moved around, which means a lot of the toy room is getting moved around. Apologies. Have I ever tried stop motion? When I was very young, but not really. Tim Savo is listing their favorite wrestlers: Chris Jericho, RVD, Adam Cole, Edge, and Randy Orton. Absolutely. Those are... That's a good top 5. RVD, Edge, those two especially, like for me, are also... They'd be like top 10 for me. So, we'll look at the Spider-Man again. Oop. So, like I said, kind of all the outside of comic book major versions of Spider-Man. And then down here, just all my other Spider-Men. So I have like Cyborg Spider-Woman, Spider-Hulk, some Spider-Verse figures over there, Future Foundation, Webhead, my Armored Spider-Man, Iron Spider, Symbiote Spider-Man, a Scarlet Spider back there, Spider-Punk, Spider-Gwen, and then Spider-Man and Spinneret. And there's an old Toy Biz Spider-Man. There we go. It may be expensive, but I think you should try LED lights on the shelves. They would look good AF. They would look amazing. At the same time, like, I think I'm fine. Because they would. They look spectacular. I think it's fine. I like to see Ray, Randy, Warrior. Oh, I'd say you're listing your favorites. Okay, so Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton. Are you saying Warrior as in, like, Ultimate Warrior, or... Cody Rhodes, LA Knight. Okay, so Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Ultimate Warrior, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes. That's a good 5. One of those things is not like the others. Ultimate Warrior kind of stands out, but hey, Ultimate Warrior's cool. That's a good top 5. Do I have any dioramas? Not really. I have one, I guess, technically. Over here, from my Palisades Muppet line, I have the Pigs in Space playset. And they just all hang out there. But there's also other stuff like Adventure Kermit's here, and I got some Simpson stuff. Really, I kind of focus more on displays than dioramas. I don't really have the space for dioramas. Yeah, that's just about the only diorama I have. Looking around. Oh well. Is it custom? The Pigs in Space playset is not. And it's not... Because it's like 20 years old now. Given how old it is, it's not rare. It's just not a lot of people look for it, and thus not a lot of people sell it. The Palisades Muppet line is amazing. And once again, like, it can get expensive, especially with figures towards the end, but for the most part, it's just people don't care to buy them. Okay, so you want to see Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Undertaker, Cody, and Ultimate Warrior. Okay, wrestling shelves aren't looking super good right now, but I can show you what I got. So, Rey Mysterio is easy. I got all my Rays right here. My favorite one is this Legends Champion Ray, but got a few Rays. They're all next to Eddie Guerrero. Cody Rhodes is down here. Got a handful of Codys. This is my favorite one, the AEW Supreme Cody. What are the other ones I'm looking for? Randy Orton and Taker. Where is Randy Orton? Over here. I keep Randy Orton next to Matt Riddle. So, only a handful of Randy Ortons, but a couple of good looks. Undertaker, however, I have like a whole shelf. Pardon me. Bunch of Undertakers that I've collected over the years, to be sure. And then Ultimate Warrior. Over here, unfortunately, like, really messed up, so there's one there, a couple up there. Yeah, this is a shelf that I definitely need to reorganize. I'm kind of in the middle of reorganizing the wrestling shelves. I also have another Ultimate Warrior up here, next to Shawn Michaels. But alright. I'm trying to find a rooftop diorama for my Spider-Man, but I don't know where to find one. Any Jacks? I do have some Jacks. I don't want to show them right now, I'm very sorry. So, I'll own up to it. I mentioned that stuff is getting moved around a lot. I have a lot of figures in boxes just on the floor right now. And, well, there's the Jax figures. My Bone Crunchers are there. And then I have some Ruthless Aggression Classic Superstars over there. But, I'm not too happy about how that looks right now. Batman Arkham Knight. No Arkham Knight stuff, I'm afraid. Any Star Wars. A little bit of Star Wars. Dupe. So, I got my Republic shelf, mostly clones. My Empire shelf, mostly Stormtroopers. Got kind of a Rebels and Bad Batch shelf. And I got a Bounty Hunter shelf. And that's my Star Wars stuff. Have any Venom figures? I do. Dupe. I have this Venom that came in a 3-pack from Amazon. Love him. I got a Toy Biz Venom back there. And another Toy Biz Venom next to Green Goblin. Doop. And, in terms of the rooftop, I know that Toy Biz, when they were doing Spider-Man Classics, had some dioramas that you could piece together. But there's a lot of companies online that literally all they do is specialize in making rooftop dioramas, so give them a look. That you might be able to find something good for a cheap price. Spawn. No Spawn stuff, I'm afraid. I had a lot, but then I sold it. Because maybe I got a little bit too excited about the new Spawn toy line, and bought way too many characters who I did not know nor care about. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we're getting back to some unboxings now. So, we did Black and White Riddler. Now, we're going to go to one that, like, is kind of a cheat, I think. So, Riddler's having a real hard time standing up. Wow. So, Two-Face was never in the Adam West show. However, in the Batman 66 comic book, they introduced Two-Face. And then they made an animated movie set in the Adam West universe that introduced Two-Face. So this is kind of like, it's kind of like how G1 Transformers, there's now characters from, like, Prime who are also in the G1 universe, we just never saw them. They've done the same thing with Two-Face, and, you know, it's kind of cool. Oh, wow, looks that sick. And then, what's your favorite Miles Morales figure you found on Amazon? I don't know if the ones I want are good or not. I like both the video game Marvel Legends ones, like from the Spider-Man PS4 games, and also Spider-Man 2 is PS5, isn't it? Both of them are really good, and then I love both of the Spider-Verse Marvel Legends Miles. Those would be the four I'd go with. Oh, how's it going, QJ? Alright, we're opening up Two-Face. Apologies, I'm getting over a cold. Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that. Different angle today. Little bit. Favorite Yamaguchi, if you have any? Probably that Deadpool they did. Which, just because I feel like a lot of the Yamaguchis are great, but you kind of have to put them in goofy poses. With Deadpool, you want them in a goofy pose, so it's perfect. Yo, it's Jackson, the family says, hey, oh, potato. And then, can you do a pose with Two-Face? Sure. So, first, the accessory you get is the coin. That's kind of cool. You know, obviously too big for the figure. I guess you could, like, put this on display and it's like the giant penny in the Batcave. That works. Ooh, should they make a Venom figure? That would be sick because Mattel have really good detail. Ooh. I don't know. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I love Mattel. They make my wrestling figures. But the DC figures, like, towards the end there, they got really rough. I don't know if I necessarily want to see Mattel do Marvel stuff. I see what you mean, though. And honestly, what I'd like is, like, McFarlane Toys to do Venom. Because I feel like they'd go crazy on the detail. Are you doing a tour tonight? Oh! Okay, Potato, I did not realize who you were. I'm not doing a tour tonight. I'm doing a live stream tonight. Do I have Jurassic Park figures? I'm afraid not. Oh, yeah, they would. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, McFarlane... Because, like, I buy their DC figures, and I bought, of course, their Spawn figures for a bit. They would go insane. Like, just with the sculpted detail in the paint. Speaking of, like, the Two-Face is obviously very simple because it's supposed to be mimicking the 60s style, which was to say cheap and made for TV. But I like it a lot. Like, it looks really solid. This looks like a character that would have been on the Adam West show. So, this really is pretty cool. And I like, there's a sculpted difference. He has, like, a very, like, slick suit on the black side. And then on the purple side, the suit has, like, a lot of, like, sculpted, like, I don't know, like, it's fraying. Like, it's a rotting suit. So that really works out. Sick WWE collection. Thank you, Anthony. And then, Gil Sickens says, how are you? Can't complain. How are you? Alright. So that's Two-Face. One that I was kind of hesitant to buy because, you know, not really from the show, but overall, pretty good. Tell you what, why don't we course correct and we talk about a major character from the show? Penguin! Played by Burgess Meredith, who, one of my favorite actors, also was Mickey in the Rocky movies. And I was way too old when I figured that out. I probably should have clocked that sooner. Do I have a Seth Rollins collection? I actually do have a bit of Seth Rollins figures. And LO Wrestling. Not wrestling related, but I've had my dog for almost 4 years and I always want to change his name to Blake. Huh. I don't know. Like, I get that sometimes you regret what you name your dog, but, like, I feel like that just would confuse the dog if you gave him a new name out of nowhere. It's like, you know, I'm Ron Bonta-John, but if I just, like, showed up to work one day and they're like, hey, what's going up, Francis? I'd be weirded out. Like, why am I Francis now? I didn't ask for that. Okay, I got Penguin out. Oh, that's weird. They didn't glue his hat on correctly, so you might not be able to see. But I can see, like, into his head through a crack there. That is rough. Can you show us? Sure. Let's talk about Penguin, then we'll go have a look at Seth Rollins. I literally just said Blake, and he responded, oh, well, then maybe the dog likes the name Blake. That could happen. The Penguin, like, the likeness to Burgess Meredith is actually pretty solid. I like that. Overall, like, articulation. Articulation on these guys, it's not that it's bad. It is very kind of stiff. And they have a hard time balancing. But overall, I think they're very solid. No accessories with the Penguin. He just has the Bam Kapow. It would have been really cool to get an umbrella. But, you know. What are you going to do? Let's go look at Seth Rollins. So, all my Seth Rollins figures are down here. That's my favorite one. I think that was a Top Picks Rollins. And then I really like that, I think it was 101, the white jacket Rollins. But yeah, not a huge collection, but a good handful. Alright. And then, I didn't show these guys earlier. My favorite wrestling line of all time is the Hasbro line. and I have all my wrestling Hasbro figures here together. And then I have the second shelf. And then over here, I have my modern Hasbro style figures. So I have my Chella Toys, I have my Zombie Sailor, and then of course all my Mattel Retros. These three, man. These three. That's my favorite toy line of all time. Ooh, how am I doing? Doing pretty good. Any Andres? Yes. Doop. Got some Andre the Giants right there. My favorite one is this blue suited Andre. Adore that figure. Oop. Alright. Now we're going to go plug the phone back up and do some more unboxing. Doop. Doop. I just got the Ultimate Andre. I have the Ultimate Andre. I have not opened him yet. He looks amazing. Everyone's told me he's like the best Andre figure ever. But, you know, I need to get around to it. Who to open next? We're going to open normal Riddler next. Why not? Dude. So, like I said, I skipped over this line at first. This was the only figure I got, and then I sold it. And this is now my second version of this figure. Do I have any Roman, Cena, or Cody's? I do. I have all three of them. And Cena in particular, that shelf is literally nothing but John Cena and The Rock. I have, I think, 18 John Cenas. So a few. I have a few. I have a handful. It's not a problem. I can stop anytime I want. Doop. Doop. You have officially outdone my husband. Oh, no. You say it as a compliment, and yet my heart takes it as an insult. No, my wallet takes it as an insult. My word. Greatest figure from Mattel, Chef Kiss for the Andre figure. Dude, those Ultimate figures have been knocking it out of the park, which is a shame because I got the Ultimate Cody, the one that you had to pre-order from Mattel Creations. Not great. AEW Supreme Cody is way better, and it's basically the same attire. I'm sorry, 831 Alex. I think I'm going to hang on to them for now. Oop. There goes the tripod. I really need to get a new tripod. It has been giving me a lot of nightmares recently. Alright. So, have the Riddler out. Looks pretty solid. The head sculpt looks better with the mask on, but still doesn't look great. And also, no cane. And I hate it. They have a cane here, but it's a black and white cane. So I can't just put it on my normal Riddler. I'm hoping that eventually they're going to make suited Riddler. And then maybe they'll just give us a cane with that one. That would be nice. I don't know. A big reason I hated these figures at first is because they were giving us these accessories, which I get it. They're cool if you want a diorama, but dude, I just want the figures to have cool accessories. I have one V for Vendetta action figure. Dude, I didn't even know they made figures for V for Vendetta. That's pretty cool. Is it for V themselves, or is it one of the other characters? Who are we opening next? We're gonna open Batgirl next. That makes sense. So, it's funny, on TikTok, I'm constantly getting the video of, so for anyone who doesn't know, this show came out in 1966. They did a PSA using the actors of Batman, where they were talking about equal pay in the workplace. And it was basically, like, they were listing real statistics. It was meant to be, like, kind of serious and, like, be telling kids, like, no, it's wrong if people aren't paid the same thing, which is a good message. And yet the way they have it be done is there's a bomb about to go off, and Batgirl will not put it out unless Batman starts paying her the right price, which, one, makes Batman and Robin look like dicks, but two, kind of implies that Batgirl was willing to destroy the city. So, their hearts were in the right place, but that was a thing. So Kelly says it's a 12-inch V in full costume. That's cool. First time discovering you're awesome. Thanks, Evan. Thank you. Extortion. I mean, I guess that's kind of what Batgirl was doing. It's a weird PSA. It has some confused messaging. That said, you do have one of her batarangs, which, it's interesting, her batarangs in the show actually were a lot smaller, and of course colored purple, so cool detail. Glad they didn't just do a repaint. And then she has some bat handcuffs. I don't think those could go on anyone. They can't. They're too small. They tried. They tried. Favorite Batman show? Batman the Brave and the Bold. That's the one I grew up with. That's my favorite one. And it's also the show that gave me, like, my love for, like, the wider DC universe. So, Batman the Brave and the Bold all the way. Looks like looks like an IUD. It took me a second to read that. Yeah. It's got the shape, I guess. Do I have Hulk Hogan? I have many Hulk Hogans. And speaking of which, on my YouTube channel, I do a thing where, like, every time I get 100 subscribers, I do another top 10 list. I'm at 370 right now, I think. When I hit 400, I'm doing my top 10 Hulk Hogan figures. I've already shot the review, and it's just waiting to hit the number. So, you know, I guess if you guys like, you can go subscribe to me on YouTube, and then that video will come out. And then, are the hands removable on the Batman figures? So, I'm looking at it. The Riddler, it almost looks like you could, but I don't think they're meant to. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I'm sure this is a thing where, like, you could put boiling water on them and make them pop out. I don't think they're meant to be popped out, though. That's my guess here. Who are we opening up next? We're going to open up... I always forget this actress's name. Was this Eartha Kitt? It's the second Catwoman actress, because for anyone who may not know, I think it was season 3 of the show, all the villains and all the other characters who weren't Adam West or Burt Ward got recast because the channel just completely pulled all the funding, and it's considered the single worst season of the show. Everyone hates the recastings except for Eartha Kitt Catwoman. And Eartha Kitt Catwoman is part of the reason why nowadays it's very common to have Catwoman be presented as a black woman, because this was kind of the precedent. And like I said, of that season 3 batch of recasts, this is the only one that's still kind of like fondly remembered and appreciated and celebrated. So it's really cool that they made this figure, and even more interestingly, this is the first Catwoman they did, because Julia came out later. So I don't know, I like it. It's very cool. I'm glad they made a figure of her, because she is, like, legitimately, for Catwoman's character in pop culture, a very important iteration of her. Pretty cool. Are they... Let's see here. Yeah, Eartha Kitt. So I was right. Doop. So I don't have my Julia Catwoman over here, but looking at the body is completely the same except for the gold belt and the gold necklace. But head sculpt actually looks pretty good. The eyes are a bit wonky. That's a shame. The boots, at least on my Julia Catwoman, it is very hard to keep this figure standing up because the boots. But overall, looks fine. I'm just glad to have a version of this iteration of Catwoman. They stand up. That's good. We are down to our final 2 Batman figures, and I think the second to last one we're going to do is Boxing Riddler. They made a Boxing Batman. I don't care to have too many Adam West Batman. Like, I have this oxygen mask one, and then I'm waiting for the normal one. Riddler, though, I'm going to get every version they make, because, like, Frank Gorshin Riddler is my favorite thing from the Adam West show. Frank Gorshin's one of my favorite actors. The Riddler's my favorite Batman villain. So, for all those reasons, I will get all the Riddlers they make. Come to think of it, I think I have all the Frank Gorshin Riddler figures they've ever made, because I have all 3 of the McFarlane's now, and I have the Mattel one. Hey man, I do figure photography on my account, and I really appreciate if you could check it out. Okay, so guys, there's this person who just commented, Depressed Sulknar, and they are a figure photographer. Yeah, dude, when I end the live stream, I'll go check you out. But, definitely go give them a look. It was also, we had a friend who was, I wish I could remember the name offhand, but it was LA Knight, something. No, it was IO Wrestling. They also want us to check their stuff out. I know I'm going to, so hey, if you guys want to, go give them a look. We have Boxing Riddler now. Pretty cool. I like the trunks. Head sculpt's the same. You, of course, got the boxing gloves. Looks pretty good. No, Depressed. You're all good. Like, the live streams, like, you guys are helping me out by watching, so, like, absolutely, I'll give shout-outs. Doop. Yeah, I like this. Yeah. This might be my favorite Riddler figure now. It's very fun just to, like, it's the boxing gloves. It's literally just the boxing gloves that are like, yes, that is what I've been needing in my life. We are down to our final figure to unbox tonight. And it's kind of the oddball here, because everyone else here was like a main character, a mainstay in some way. Have I watched the boxing episode? I have, but it's also been like 6 years ago, because I watched it on the Hub. If anyone remembers the Hub, they used to show Adam West Batman shows every day, and I watched it there. That was also the first time I would have seen King Tut. Jesus. I don't think he ever showed up in the comics. I think he's just the show. He might be in the comics, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely want to check this figure out. He feels heavier than the rest. So, like, they put budget in him. Use the Boxer Riddler with other wrestling figures. Dude, he would probably scale perfectly with, like, the Bone Crunchers, because they're 5 inches. That wouldn't be a bad idea. That'd be pretty solid. Nope. Yeah. Alright. So we got King Tut out of the box. We have both of his staffs, which, I'm not gonna lie, the fact that King Tut got both of his staffs makes me a little bit more sad Riddler never got his cane in gold. And then we'll get King Tut. Okay. Oh, wow. This cape has a lot more material than I thought it would. So you could go, like, fully, like, kind of covering yourself with the cape. You can have it kind of more bunched up around the shoulders. Okay, so the cape is nice. It gives you a lot of options. You also have, like, a... That must be to make sure that there's, like, no paint rub in the box. And then the press says, I'm going to go post some stuff for my next upload, but I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, bro. Thank you so much. And Absolutely Brittle Wrestling, I'm sorry, but can you show us your Seth Rollins collection? Oh! Yes! Oh, dude, I'm sorry. And then, do you have Plastic Man? I don't. I don't have any Plastic Man. I need to get Plastic Man. Doop. So my Seth Rollins I have right here. My favorite one is probably this. I think that's the top picks, Seth. One of these two is the top picks. And then all the rest are kind of up there, scattered about. So there's Seth Rollins. Hope. Ah. So, okay. But yeah, looking at King Tut still. Oop. Having to work on my tripod just a touch. Likeness is actually really good. Sculpting is great. Figure is very, like, hefty. Articulation's, like, non-existent below the waist, but, overall, yeah, this works. I like this. Do you collect WWE and AEW, or just WWE? I collect AEW, but I'm very selective. WWE, I basically buy everything that comes out. AEW, not so much. I like the performers, I don't like the Jazzwares figures as much. They don't feel as good to me. That said, there are some that are, like, amazing. Like, all their Supremes are amazing. A lot of their Codys, a lot of their Kenny Omegas. There's good figures there, I just don't think they feel as good as the Mattels. Okay. Can I make him kind of... I can. Okay. Let's kind of get him going crossing with the stick. There we go. And then we can have the cape kind of billowing around him. There we go. Looks pretty good. Do you have the zombie figure? I don't. Did they do a figure of the ECW zombie? I didn't know they did. What are the best Jazzwares figures? Supreme Cody. Supreme Malachi Black. Or is it Aleister Black? I always forget which one he is now. Supreme Kenny Omega was good. I loved the Broken Matte that they did. I liked all of their Jon Moxleys. Yeah, I'd say that's basically all their Codys, all their Kennys, all their Moxes, and that one Matt Hardy. And then the Danhausen figure looks amazing. Can't wait to get him. And I want to get Tony Khan. I'm waiting for him to go on a better sell, because I don't want to spend $30 on him, but I do want Tony Khan. Alright, so I got all the figures out. I'm going to get them in kind of a good-looking lineup, and then we're going to look at them. Doop. Kind of all posed together. So, Batman's got to be up front, of course. They're falling down. They're having a hard time standing. That's my biggest issue with these figures, just messing with them now, is they do not stand easily. Tony Khan doesn't have an AEW figure yet. Yeah, he does. If you go on Ringside, I'm not talking about Tony Khan, I'm talking about Tony Schiavone. Oh no! You're totally right, Tony Khan doesn't have a figure yet, I'm talking about Tony Schiavone. Yeah, sorry about that. Do I have the Elite 101 Cody Rhodes? I do, and I love him. I still think that the best Cody Rhodes figure, though, is that AEW Supreme, because I love the entrance jacket. Okay. And then we'll get Two-Face on this side, Penguin on this side. All right. So, there is our figure lineup now. Really solid looking set. They've done so many other variations. This is nowhere near the full figure lineup, but it's nearly the full character lineup. I like it. I'm going to at least get that Joker, that Egghead, and that Mr. Freeze. Super solid, though. My favorite ones here are probably Catwoman and Penguin and King Tut. The worst one here is, in all honesty, probably that Robin. But they're all pretty good. I like them a lot. But alright. Can I have a figure? I'm afraid I'm not getting them out right now. But maybe one day. But hey, thank you guys for watching the stream. It's been a lot of fun. Been able to come on here, just talk for a little bit. I'm going to go hack up a lung right now, because I've been literally trying to hold back a lot of coughs this entire live stream. But thank you guys for watching. Been a ton of fun. Go check us out on YouTube. Make sure you follow us here on TikTok. Go check us out on YouTube. And yeah, it's Ron Bonded John. Thank you guys for watching. It's been super cool. Doop.